Hey, it's your girl MJ coming to you with the fireside chat. I hope you guys are doing well. And today I want to talk to you about confronting and embracing to make change. I got some feedback in my Facebook group, and we were talking about relationships and things like that. So I want to just pose the question of what do you think you need to change? And also, if you're looking for a relationship, what do you have currently to bring into a relationship? And take it one step further, what is it from the relationship you think that you would like to gain? Okay. So I'm going to break it down, take it back a couple steps. Um, a lot of people I encounter, they say they want a relationship. And saying that is great. It's like, okay, great, go for it. But when I start diving a little deeper, it's like, okay, you want a relationship for what? And what I mean by that is, some people are looking for a relationship because they've created so much debt, they want someone to help them pay their bills. Or they want a relationship to decrease the loneliness that they have. And that's not necessarily a relationship, that can just be companionship. Or they don't like to be alone, so they think that when they get with someone, they'll feel complete. I'm just throwing these out there. These are just examples. I'm not pointing my finger at anyone, but if I am talking to someone, hey, ask yourself. So, with that, it's like relationships take work, first off. And a lot of people think that you can just magically meet someone and everything is going to be great. That is not the case. That is not the reality, especially if you're over a certain age. A lot of people that, I work with, they're 50 and older. So chances are these people have already been married and possibly divorced already, or they're still married and they're trying to step out on their significant other, or they're in a relationship but they're not being fulfilled, but they don't want to leave the relationship until they find somebody else, or they're just truly single and they've been single for quite some time and they truly are waiting for another good relationship. So, that being said, I try to encourage them while you're in this transition time. And first, especially if you're already married and in a relationship, don't try to start someone else. Start something with someone else, because you're just opening up a whole nother can of worms that you do not need. And it's not fair to that new person because you're already bringing something. You cannot be fully theirs because you already are committed to someone else legally. Now, if you're just dating somebody or something like that, then yeah, I still, encourage you to end it before you start something else, because you never want to go into something new with baggage. And by baggage, it can be you're blaming the previous person for the breakup or whatever it is. Never go into something new with that baggage. Deal with that baggage, resolve that baggage, leave that baggage, and then move forward. Because I like to say, and if you watch some of my previous videos, I say, you can't bring yesterday's scores into today's game. And a lot of people are trying to do that. And, you know, it's not fair to this new person because you can't start something until something that you've already had is finished. And some people don't want to finish anything because they fear that part of being by themselves. But it's through that time that you have of being by yourself that, one, you learn about yourself. Two, you can look at your previous relationships and actually be honest with yourself of why they didn't work. Because the common denominator in all your previous relationships is you. And so a lot of times people don't want to take that time to look at themselves to make the necessary changes prior to trying to start a new relationship. And so they go into that new relationship with all their previous baggage and negative thoughts, negative beliefs, negative programming. If you guys see my other video, yes, I'm saying programming. Yes, keeping the terms congruent. But you're bringing all of that programming into something new. And remember, you have to change that programming. And you can't go through blaming that other person. Now, I'm not saying that that other person didn't do XYZ. That's not what I'm saying. All I am saying is you are the common denominator in all your previous poor relationships. So look at yourself. Take that time while you are single and not involved with someone, because you can devote all your time to you. And some people have such a hard time with themselves that they want to keep that interference and just keep from being by themselves. So they do. They jump relationship to relationship to relationship. And then, somewhere along the lines, they sit and think, well, why aren't these working? Yeah, I know. It's not rocket science, but that's what people do. So I want to encourage you, take the time to get to know you. And as you get to know you, you might actually realize there's something different that you're looking for in a relationship. And especially after you get to a certain age, like, when you're younger, you're thinking about, what will the father of my child look like, and all this and all of that. After a certain age, you don't have to worry about all that because you're not making any babies. So that being said, what qualities do you want in your next relationship? And after you make the list of wants, what qualities do you currently have to give to a relationship? See, it can't be all about what you want, what you need, what you desire. What do you have to offer? And if you can't come up with a list is comparable to what you want versus what you can give, you need to take some time to get you together. How can you say you want a person that makes six figures if you're only making 3? I know I'm being a little extreme with that, but you get what I'm saying. A lot of times people are like, oh, so-and-so, I need them to make 6 figures. I want them to have this. I want them to have that. Well, if you're not making 6 figures too, how can you want someone that's making 6 figures or 7 or 8 or however many? I'm just throwing out these numbers. Everybody's different. So, all I'm saying is make sure when you're saying what you want, you have that to give as well. Because a lot of time those people that you say you want, if you aren't there, they're not going to want you. Yes, I'm being a little harsh, but I'm being real, and y'all know I keep it real. So, that being said, you need to confront the areas of your life that aren't up to what you want. But you can take the time to get them there. You can't say you want somebody with good credit and your credit score is under 500. That person isn't going to want you because they don't want you to bring down their good credit. So work on getting your credit together. You can't want a person that has a fat bank account and your balance is zero, or you don't even have a bank account. People, and again, there are people out there that will do all kinds of things. I'm just saying, in general, you will attract what you're giving off. So if you want that 6, 7, 8 figure person, get your figures up there. If you want that person with good credit, get your credit up there. If all of that stuff is already taken care of, look at the characteristics that you would want in someone: honesty, trust, loyalty, faithfulness, whatever it might be. Make your list. And with that, make your list of what you have and what you can contribute to a relationship. Because in this day and age, people are asking those questions. They're asking, do you have good credit? How many kids do you have? Are you still paying child support? Do you still have kids at home? Have you ever purchased a home? How long have you been on your job? Are you retired? When do you plan to retire? Have you even thought about retirement? So I'm just posing these questions to you. I'm throwing out information. If it pertains to you, great. If not, share it. Everyone isn't in the same race. People are at different levels already. But I encourage you to confront and embrace change in your life if you need it. But it starts with you identifying that something needs to be changed. And once you do that, you put together a plan to execute. And if you need help doing that, you guys know, shoot me some comments. I'm here to help. And anyway, I hope this lesson helps you. Feel free to share it. I really enjoy doing these. I have my wine because it's fireside chat. So if you guys want my wine recipe, anything, feel free to leave me some comments. I love to hear from you. I hope all is well. And this is your girl MJ, out for now. Have a good one.